welcome back to my channel. This is Arline, and today we're just going to be doing a voiceover. Today we're going to be discussing Jackie Aina, painted by Esther and Patrick Tar. If you're not aware of why we're talking about Patrick Tar and painted by Esther, please go back to my first video I posted last week to get the full background of the story. For those who don't know, Patrick Tar is a Vietnamese American, a beauty influencer, and a co-founder of the Patrick Tar Beauty. His products are sold through Sephora and on his official website. He is well known for working with celebrities such as Gigi Hadid and many more. In my previous video, I discussed the controversy surrounding Patrick Tar and painted by Esther. Many people believe that Patrick Tar adapted a blush technique that Esther has been known for, and later on suggested that he pioneered the technique himself, and that many people argue that he fails to acknowledge influence, which sparked a huge conversation about recognition and credit within the beauty industry. Now, the discussion has expanded to Jackie Aina after she reviewed Patrick Tar makeup product. Some people online are unhappy with Jackie Aina because they believe she should be supporting painted by Esther and speaking out about the importance of giving credit to Black. It is important that she speaks up against, people coming in and taking and claiming that they created something when they didn't create it, and minimizing the influence of a Black woman, especially since it's really difficult for the Black people to get the recognition they deserve in the beauty spaces. The community is really divided because a lot of people argue that creators are often overlooked and do not receive the recognition they deserve, making this a bigger issue or just makeup technique. Meanwhile, others feel Jackie should be free to review products independently without expected to take a public position on every controversy. So my question is to you who are listening, what do you think? Should Jackie have addressed the situation, or it is unfair to expect her to get involved? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I believe that both Jackie Aina and Patrick Tar and painted by Esther have all responded to the controversy surrounding the issue of who invented or who didn't invent the technique that Esther has been using on popular celebrity, and I will be posting all their response in this video, so please watch and I'll come back to discuss further. Just to add on to this, painted by Esther has never ever claimed that she invented the technique or she invented the application of where the blush goes. She has always given to other creators who came before her the credit that they deserve.
I started anything. You cannot find me a singular tweet, proof, anything that I have ever said I started this. That's silly. I'm an artist, and I come from my goal is to constantly reference artists like Kevin Laquan and Danessa and Pat, and how they move with grace and how they move with intention and intentionality. So when I do things, I'm aware of what I'm doing, and I'm aware of where I want to take it. And what I don't like is when people try to rush you to do things. You're silly because you didn't patent it. You're silly because you should have said it was your... No, because I'm not giving that grace to fully take ownership for anything, because it instantly is met with, well, you didn't start it, or you didn't create it, how dare you? So I've just never even claimed that, right? So that's that side. The second part of it is, I have had really weird experiences with Patrick. This is not... All my friends know. They can attest for me, because I speak about this to them. The weirdest one recently, because I want to say there's been about 2 or 3. The weirdest one recently was, I was in LA. I get a booking request from the other half of Patrick Tar. So it's not just him. There's another half of him, which is Remy. I don't want to mispronounce her name. I genuinely don't know how to pronounce it. So she asked to book me. She's messaged me. She's texted me. She's got my number through a hairstylist I just recently done a collab look with. So I've accepted the request. I don't normally accept requests directly to me. My agent handles that. She has asked to book me for a do and go. A do and go means you do it and you leave. There's no in between, right? It's not a one-to-one lesson. It's not a teaching lesson. It's none of that. It's you do it and you leave. She has booked me, and then on the day of the booking, I get a text from my agent. Oh, so-and-so, her name, wants to record you doing the glam. To which I said, no, that doesn't sit right with me. That's not what you're booking me for. That's not what the nature of the job is, you know? So I cancelled that booking because I found that very strange. Like, why would you want to record me doing my work? No one does that. You can see the kind of people I work with. None of them have ever asked to do that, because it's just not a thing you do. If you want to learn, if you want me to teach you, then that's a different service. So that is conniving. And there's been a lot of conniving. There's a lot of conniving things that happen in the industry, but I will never speak about it, because honestly speaking, I don't care. I am an artist. My driving force is to create and share it. And
from me specifically, I'm also never going to tell you guys collectively as consumers and as viewers to use or to not use a brand. If you feel a way about Patrick Ta, Patrick's cool, but that's your business. It is not my job to fight his battles, and it never will be. If you guys collectively don't want to support Patrick as a brand, you absolutely have that right. But what I think is extremely ironic and problematic, and you know there's an issue when I get to pointing that finger, you will absolutely not call me a sellout. You will absolutely not call me a hypocrite. You will absolutely not say that I pick and choose while also name dropping Juvia's place in my comment section. You absolutely not. I will absolutely remind y'all, absolutely not. Because it sounds and looks crazy. Now again, I really don't typically care about what y'all use as consumers. When the founder said what she said about me, which was absolutely deplorable and disgusting, mind you, in response to a comment that was very professional. If you know, you know. If you were there, you were there. If you weren't there, you probably shouldn't be in this discourse in the first place. And if you're confused, this is in regards to my last video. I don't normally tell people what to do because it's not my place to. But if you're gonna tell me what I should not be using, you for damn sure better keep Juvia's place out of my comment section.
Patrick Ta finally responded to the Painted by Esther controversy. But his response did not calm the internet down. It made the situation even more intense. Patrick said he has been working on transition blush for a year and a half. He also said he has been doing his own version of this blush look since 2021. But fans say that is not the real issue. They were not asking him to prove he invented blush. They were asking why Esther's influence was not clearly acknowledged. Because the product looked familiar. The tutorial looked familiar. Even the phrase "back of my palm" sounded familiar. That detail made people stop calling it a coincidence. Esther never claimed she invented blush. She only said this style became part of her signature work. And that is why fans are upset. They feel a bigger brand turned a small creator's visual identity into a product. Now, Patrick's side appears ready to push back against false claims. Supporters say he has every right to defend his name. Critics say legal threats do not answer the bigger question. Was Esther's influence ignored? It is about credit, power, and who gets protected when a smaller creator challenges a bigger name. Patrick may have explained his timeline, but fans are still waiting for one thing: a clear public acknowledgement of Esther.
You never want to be that black person protecting or trying to shield a non-black person when they participate in anti-blackness or when they are participating in black erasure. When you are copying from other cultures and renaming it, right? That is black erasure. You are trying to erase the work that, specifically in this case, black women have put into a space, and especially like the beauty space, right? Because we understand that in a lot of the white supremacist culture that black people are not their standard of beauty, right? And so I don't mind black people. I'm black people's biggest cheerleader. I want you to succeed in whatever you feel like you can succeed in on it, on any app, any social media, any brand deals, anything like that, but not at the expense of stepping over a black person. And that's why people are going at Jackiana. That's why people are going after her more than Patrick Ta. Because yeah, we kind of expect that from people who are non-black. We expect them to do shit like that. You know what I mean? Especially black women. I'm sorry, they the shit. Especially when it comes to the beauty standards and things of that nature. But specifically, that's why Jackie's getting attacked. Because you're a black woman. I don't give a damn. I tell my white friends, my Hispanic friends, my Asian friends, all the same thing. I'm not gonna come to your defense when you participate in anti-blackness, racism, black erasure, you don't know the history. I'm going to let you get your lashings in. And it seemed like Jackie showed up just to shield Patrick. And so you're going to get your lashings. It is what it is.
And it hates Juvia's Place. I'm seeing a lot of comments and think pieces of people just not really remembering what happened back then or just weren't there to witness it. So I'm here to break it down in detail so we can all be on the same page during this conversation. So back in 2019, Juvia's Place, which obviously is a black-owned makeup brand, there was a major controversy that included, Jackie Aina, Jeffree Star, Alyssa Ashley, and of course the founder of Juvia's Place, Chi. So the issue started around Juvia Place's foundation launch. Jeffree Star reviewed the foundation launch, praised it, raving reviews, tens of millions of views. I mean, it blew up. Juvia's Place reposted it, thanked him, and that's when the backlash really kind of started to explode. But it wasn't necessarily only centered towards Jackie Aina. Now, this was not PR. Jeffree was not sponsored. He was not paid. He, on his own free will, organically went into Ulta, bought the products, and gave a review that no one asked for. If you know Jeffree Star, he regularly does this. So the issue was that Juvia's Place publicly celebrated his review, even though Jeffree Star has a very long-standing history of racist comments and public issues with black women, including a personal attack on Jackie Aina. There's allegations that he called her a gorilla and some other racist remarks. So people felt like, how is a black-owned brand built heavily on African-inspired branding and black consumer support, how are they excited to be validated by someone with a history, such as Jeffree's, while there are several black creators who are saying, they feel ignored, they want to work with Juvia's Place, but they're not, getting the offers, and they kind of feel disrespected by it. So that's where Alyssa Ashley come in, because they spoke out against it, saying that, Juvia's Place uses black creators when it's convenient for them, and that they have...
Welcome back. That was all the response that we received from Patrick Ta and Jack Aina, painted by Esther. As a black girl also, I have my unpopular opinion. If Jackie Aina does not want to work with Painted by Esther or acknowledge her, it's because she has beef with Juvia's Place, and it is known that Painted by Esther works with Juvia's Place, and Jackie Aina and Juvia's Place do not get along due to the past rumor that Juvia's Place said about Jackie Aina. And unfortunately, I understand Jackie Aina. Me too. I would not want to work with people that are cool with my enemies. It is absolutely not acceptable. However, in this incident, I do believe they should put their differences aside and just work with one another. Thank you.